You had your little chance to knock me out, didn't you? Couldn't do it, could you? Hit me with 10 shots in a row and couldn't do it.
You too have chance.
Tyson Fury just delivered a savage knockout to Oleksandr Usyk, not in the ring, but through a brutal response. The drama began when Usyk posted an Instagram story that didn't just cross the line. It completely obliterated it. Fury's reaction was so fierce, it felt like its own knockout round. And
Tyson, don't be afraid. I will not leave you alone.
with everyone hyped for the rematch, especially after the Mike vs. Jake circus that lowered expectations, it seems Usyk forgot boxing isn't a free-for-all spectacle. Fury, the self-proclaimed king of everything, is loud, brash, and unapologetic. But one thing he won't tolerate is nonsense from his opponents. He's all about serious business.
I know his team are a little bit upset. They've even compared me to Vladimir Putin today. I'm not sure why, because I've been rapping Tupac.
When Usyk pulled this stunt, Fury's response was as explosive as expected, and honestly, it might have even overshadowed the fight itself.
Fuck your team, fuck Usyk, fuck the Alex, and if you're down with Usyk, well fuck you too, just like Tupac said.
After all, this is the Gypsy King we're talking about, the guy whose entire identity is tied to being the best. But let's be real, after his first professional loss to Usyk, the cracks in that crown are starting to show. Fury's been calling it his countdown to redemption, which is just a fancy way of saying, I need to win, or I'm finished. Let's not sugarcoat it. His loss to Usyk was a wake-up call. Fury walked into that fight too comfortable, too cocky, and it came back to bite him, especially in that 9th round. You remember that round? The one where Usyk made Fury look like he accidentally wandered into the wrong sport. It wasn't just a loss, it was a public humbling of the highest order. For someone like Fury, who thrives on being larger than life, it must have felt like being dunked on in front of the whole school. Now, his talk of redemption feels more like a tightrope act. Is he genuinely confident, or is he bluffing, hoping no one notices the panic lurking beneath the bravado?
Usyk's a worried man, and I've been around fighting him all my life. I can see inside the soul. He knows he's facing the best Tyson Fury, and what we've worked on, and how he is, and how he's been.
The stakes couldn't be higher. This isn't just about another win in the record books. It's about Fury's entire legacy. Lose again, and what's left of the Gypsy King? You can't call yourself a king when your rival holds the belt you keep dropping. Fury knows this, and the pressure is mounting. It's not just about fighting Usyk. It's about fighting for his identity, his survival as the heavyweight superstar he claims to be. Meanwhile, Usyk is cool as a cucumber, probably sipping tea while plotting Fury's downfall all over again. The man doesn't just prepare for fights, he studies his opponents like he's writing a thesis. And let's not forget the mental games. Fury's mouth is almost as famous as his fists, if not more so. He's the guy who can outtalk anyone, tear them down with insults before they even step into the ring. But this time, his usual routine isn't landing. Usyk isn't just immune to Fury's trash talk, he's turning it into entertainment. The greedy belly nickname, a stroke of genius. It's more than a jab at Fury's fluctuating waistline. It's a dig at his lack of discipline, arrogance, and unpredictability. Fury can puff up and roar all he wants, but Usyk, he's just smirking, throwing out one-liners that cut deeper than Fury's loudest rants.
Hey, my friend Greedy Belly, continue training. I'm Rez, brother. I know. You hard work. It's good. Appreciate it.
When Tyson Fury stepped into the ring against Oleksandr Usyk in May, he wasn't just facing Usyk. He was battling the absolute madness of his corner. Seriously, the fight itself nearly got overshadowed by the soap opera unfolding outside the ropes. Leading that circus was none other than John Fury, Tyson's father, who decided to channel his inner reality, show a star with outbursts so dramatic they'd make a diva blush. It wasn't just fans who were left pale-faced and in disbelief. Boxing legends like Ricky Hatton also called out the chaos, branding the corner an outright shambles. John Fury has always been a wild card, but during that fight, he took dysfunction to a whole new level, one that would make even the most chaotic family say, yikes. While head trainer Sugar Hill Stewart was trying to offer clear strategic instructions, John was busy yelling his own contradictory advice, turning what should have been a united front into a shouting match. Imagine trying to box one of the smartest fighters in the world while your corner sounds like a disorganized karaoke night. Tyson might have been trading punches with Usyk, but mentally, he was drowning in the noise from his own team.
Fight, but successfully replacing as his mischievous father, who would always make fighting headlines than the fighters themselves.
5 rounds. Usyk is a good little fighter at middleweight and light heavyweight, maybe up and cruiser, but he can't mess with them big guys. I was shocked when he come.
In fact, he became the talk of the boxing world after his interruption in his son's corner chaotically led to his first career loss against Oleksandr Usyk in the undisputed World Heavyweight Championship match in May. To further complicate things, he recently got into a brawl during his son, Tommy Fury's press conference, an incident which got him several trolls, most notably from Oleksandr Usyk.
Little John, be quiet.
This mess has raised serious questions about John Fury's role in Tyson's camp. Let's be honest, when Ricky Hatton, someone who's been through his share of high-stakes wars, calls it out, it's a problem. Hatton didn't just criticize, he'd issued a warning. Tyson needs a single, steady voice in his corner, not a free-for-all. But here's the kicker. Tyson's loyalty to his father is rock solid, even when it might not be in his best interest. For Fury, family isn't just important, it's everything. The problem is, in boxing, sentimentality doesn't win titles. Enter Sugar Hill Stewart and Andy Lee, 2 seasoned professionals trying to bring order to the chaos. These guys know their stuff. Sugar Hill's pedigree is unmatched, and Andy Lee is no stranger to the spotlight. Both have made it clear that Tyson needs focus and structure to have any chance against Usyk. But let's be real, can they outmaneuver the larger-than-life influence of John Fury? Because if they can't, and that same circus rolls into the rematch, Usyk will have a field day, tearing Fury apart. But Fury had something else planned.
Focused and a little bit more smart to get the victory. As it would seem, my rematch with people is always ends up one way. I always end up knocking him out in the rematch.
Speaking of Usyk, the man isn't flashy, loud, or theatrical. He's just devastatingly effective. His performance in May was a masterclass in precision and strategy. While Fury relied on his usual size and reach advantages, Usyk was dismantling him with sharp angles, footwork that defy physics, and a ring IQ that could put a chess grandmaster to shame. By the 9th round, Usyk had Fury figured out, exposing the cracks in his defense and proving that brute strength means nothing without a sharp mind to back it up.
Counting down the days until I can get my redemption on Usyk. December the 21st is going to be my time. I've done everything in boxing, but I ain't come back from the loss. And I really see it.
Unlike his usual custom,
What makes Usyk truly terrifying is his adaptability. He doesn't walk into a fight with a rigid plan. He studies, adjusts, and evolves mid-fight. That's exactly how he flipped the script in their first bout. While Fury relied on wearing him down, Usyk had already shifted gears, forcing Fury into a game of catch-up he was never going to win. By the final rounds, the narrative wasn't about Fury's power. It was about Usyk's total control. Here's the thing about Usyk. His confidence isn't built on bravado or trash talk. It's carved from discipline and sheer hard work. While Fury played the psychological warfare game, Usyk was quietly training, fine-tuning the skills that would leave the Gypsy King scrambling. This guy doesn't waste energy on hype. Every move, every decision is calculated, and that's what makes him so lethal.
Because Fury is from a gypsy background, and those boys are taught to fight at the age of 3-4 years.
Here's where it gets interesting. This rematch isn't about size or strength. It's about strategy and preparation. Fury's reach, his ability to use his size like a wrecking ball. None of it mattered in May because Usyk didn't let it. Instead, he dismantled Fury's game plan with precision, pace, and relentless focus, turning Fury's strength into a weakness. If Tyson's corner implodes again, Usyk will exploit that chaos without breaking a sweat.
Heavyweight division, proving that size and power alone are insufficient without technical
He's
excellence.
a heavyweight, and the heavyweights were never really that good in terms of that kind.
At the end of the day, this fight is shaping up to be more than just a physical battle. It's a clash of philosophies. On one side, you have Fury, relying on his family's chaotic loyalty and a larger-than-life persona to carry him through. On the other, there's Usyk, cool, focused, and determined to outsmart and outclass his opponent. The question is, can Tyson Fury pull himself together and silence the circus, or will Oleksandr Usyk prove once again that precision always beats pandemonium? Either way, this rematch isn't just a fight. It's a showdown for survival.